Welcome to Getting Sketchy Live, brought to you by thevirtualinstructor.com. And now, let's get sketchy.
Hello there, everyone. Matt here with thevirtualinstructor.com, and welcome to Getting Sketchy Live, the greatest live broadcast in all of YouTube. We're so glad that you have decided to spend your Wednesday evening with us. So welcome, everybody. If you're watching this live or if you're watching this sometime in the future, of course, we're glad to have you along for the ride for the next 45 minutes. Well, it's going to be longer than 45 minutes, but there are timed drawing periods, 45 minutes. And Ashley will be doing the drawing tonight. How are you doing this evening, Ashley?
Doing great, Matt. Thanks for asking. I'm excited. Trying to break out of my mold, get back into the wild kingdom. So we're going to draw an animal tonight.
Back to the wild kingdom. You know, we don't have to draw animals for this to be a wild kingdom because it's pretty...
It's a wild studio.
We're a couple wild, sketchy dudes. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, we try to create a drawing for you inside of 45 minutes. We do it live. We try to sprinkle in some instruction in there as well, and we aim to entertain you as well as part of the process. So if you're watching this live, there's a chat box. You can post comments and questions, but if you do have a comment or question that's specifically directed at Ashley or I, we ask that you use the super chat function, which does cost a little bit of money, but it helps our channel out, and it gets your comment and question predominantly displayed at the top of the screen. And we do this little silly cheer for you as well. So we would appreciate it if you did that. Also, if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of stuff and you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell too, so you can possibly be notified when new videos like this go live and when new videos are posted to the channel as well. And you're here because you love to draw and paint. And if you want to take that further, well, then you need to go over to thevirtualinstructor.com, where you will find lessons on every subject matter in every medium that you can imagine. I am not kidding. Thousands of art instruction videos await you over there. Check it out. There is a link there's a link in the description below to check it out. And there's also the QR code on your screen right now. You can hold your camera up to that, your smartphone camera. Take a picture of that. Well, you don't take a picture of it. A little thing will pop up and it'll take you right over there to thevirtualinstructor.com. Members enjoy all of our courses, all of our classes, weekly live lessons, weekly critiques as part of the Members Minute. There's also a year-long curriculum for visual arts teachers that includes everything you need to teach. So check it out, link in the description, or scan the QR code on your screen. All right. Hope everybody's doing fantastic tonight. Yes, I did find my needed eraser.
Yes, we have an update.
Yes, and for those of you who are watching this and watched last week's episode, I could not find my needed eraser during the broadcast, and it was actually right in front of me, but it was well hidden amongst all of the pencil shavings in my pencil shaving box. So what I do with my pencils,
I'm going to show you your pencil shaving box.
you can show it. I am, when I'm creating art, or I don't really want to keep going to the trash can to throw pencil shavings away, so I collect them all in a box, and there's a lot of pencil shavings in there. Well, my needed eraser, which looks like Atlas 31, by the way, was in the pencil shavings box with pencil shavings all over it. And Ashley and I just found it like literally 10 minutes ago. So there you go. I even pulled out another needed eraser that I had before. So anyway, Jan, I see your super chat. I appreciate it. His comment is, I believe in you. I believe you can draw a fish with pastels in kind of 45
about
minutes.
45 minutes.
Smiley face. So we appreciate that, Jan. Remind me to give him the cheer.
Very gracious.
In just a few minutes. So yes, we did find the eraser. It was not in Ashley's possession. He did not steal the eraser this time, but it may happen in the future.
Yeah, don't put it past me.
Yes. Yeah. Look at that sneaky face. Look. All right. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. We'll talk about materials and paper, and then we'll get into it.
All right. We'll switch over.
There we are. There's our fish on the left, and he's almost off face. It's kind of swimming towards us, so we're going to be working on part of a fish, but mostly the face. But first, let me show you Matt's pencil shaving box. Look at this thing.
It's a work of art.
There's a casualty in here.
That's not a cat. That is a tool. I'm still using that.
You just pick it up out
there
there.
are still. No, is that a piece of charcoal sticking
Yeah,
up?
there's
in
a
that?
good piece of charcoal.
How did that get in there? Put that back in the drawer.
This looks like the inside of Jaws's mouth right there.
Should be.
Look at that.
Yeah. You know,
This is like 3 inches tall, nearly filled to the brim. So when Matt says he doesn't like to go to the trash can often, he means in the last 10 years.
yeah, and I have not cleaned up that side of the studio in a long time.
I think you could put that in a pedestal and call it a ready-made. People would study
Probably
that. People
could,
would
yeah.
look at that.
There's a lot of
Talk about
artwork
it.
that's been created from those pencil shavings.
That's right. That's right.
So there you go.
Artwork unto itself. All right. Well, let's talk about our artwork for tonight. So I've got Canson Mitant's paper, and because it's the sketchy show, we're not going to build up layers for days. So I actually am using the smoother side of the Canson Mitant's paper, and also the picture is relatively small. Sometimes I've discovered on this very program that if the picture becomes too small with a pastel, the more prominently, I guess, the side with more tooth, the tooth is too big, and it can be detracting and can actually make it a little harder to capture detail. So we're going to work on the smoother side, but still great for pastel. And incidentally, I don't know how it looks to you guys on your own feeds. You might have to turn your brightness up because it is a blue paper. It's kind of the, it's a dark, duller blue.
It's a very dark blue.
Yeah, I don't know if it's midnight blue.
I had to ask Ashley if it was blue.
Yeah, so it is in fact a blue paper. All right, I picked out some colors already from 3 different sets. So I've got a few Derwent pastel pencils with some Stabilo pencils that are mixed into the set nowadays. I do have new pastels, a few of those. That's what these thinner sticks are. Fantastic material there. And then I have a lot of larger square pastels. I don't know who makes them because they're Blick brand square pastels or soft pastels.
They're probably, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they're probably made by the same people that make the Reeves pastels. What do you think?
Yeah, could be. I mean, they're not too lightweight. You know, that's how I judge pastels, if they feel too airy. But these don't feel too lightweight, so I think they're okay. Got a couple of small stumps. There's some really smooth parts to our fish and also some soft edges in there. And we may capture that just with blending of the pastel's tips, but also have, a couple of stumps just in case. And probably don't need an eraser shield tonight, but I've got one nonetheless. Just makes me feel secure. It's like my blanket, security blanket. As far as erasers go, I do have one of these electric erasers in case maybe we need to dig out some pastel where a bright color should go. Could be the eye, could be we might not use it at all. And then I have my kneaded eraser. So we'll be using this some tonight, I'm sure. Possibly for lifting color, but when an plane gets dirty, you can actually do a little smudging and smearing with these also. So quite the versatile tool. And then I do also have a sandpaper pad in the event that I just feel like I need a sharp corner or a sharp tip on a pencil. So I may add to Matt's collection of shavings and pigment in his shavings box. If I
have problems letting things go. That's really the issue.
Well,
it goes deeper than cleanliness. It's a spiritual connection I have with my art materials.
Right,
it's pretty much everything.
Yeah,
I hoard a lot of stuff. I'm a mini hoarder.
Yeah. You're like an organized hoarder.
Yeah.
I mean, the drawer.
I don't know if
the drawer is not entirely organized. But it's not like you sit in the middle of, like you have a small pathway to one chair in the middle of all your art supplies.
That's true.
And you can't move around in it. So you're semi-organized.
A mini hoarder.
A mini hoarder, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to draw with a pencil, but I may just go ahead. We may just start with pastel and just make some marks with a pastel. And I do this when I oil paint. A lot of times I don't start with a pencil drawing on the canvas. I just start with a thin brush and start drawing with paint. And usually I use a color that's not really in the artwork to do that, or not in the artwork in any sort of prominent fashion. So this picture is a lot of grays, There's definitely green in there in the lower half of our fish. Looks like some blue in the top where the light is hitting more directly on our fish. So this relatively light purple isn't super far away from those colors. It's not like we're using red. Purple has blue in it. The green has blue in it. So there's a relationship. But in any case, there's no distinct purple areas. But this is a light value, and I thought it might be good to help you guys see the initial drawing, and then we'll jump into the fish and see how far we can get in our 45 minutes of a fish face, because it's mostly a fish face. I'm excited about it. I call him Grumpy Fish, so if he had a name, but I think that probably applies to a lot of fish.
Yeah, we're unsure what type of fish this is. I thought it might be a grouper, and Ashley, you thought it might be a Oscar?
I thought it was a
fish?
cichlid, like a big old Oscar or something like that. But Oscars usually have some orange on them, because I looked it up. I had one when I was a kid. And I don't think it's an Oscar. So if you know what kind of fish this is, if you got a suggestion, you can throw it out there.
Yeah.
But
let us know in the comments.
Still just call it a fish. So, all right. I think that's about it. I think that's all the materials we're going to use. So we'll start making some marks. Got to get my drawing glasses on here.
I'll wait for your glasses to be installed, and then we'll start the timer.
All right.
You ready?
Let's do it. Yeah.
45 minutes on the
All
clock.
right, here we go. So not counting the fin of our fish, I think that his back's going to come up a little bit more than halfway. And I'm just looking at the shape of our fish generally right now without the dorsal fin. And I'm going to just draw the shape of his body and head for starters with pretty straight lines so that hopefully they'll eventually become accurate curves. I like to start with straighter lines. Like I said, it's mostly face.
And we have a reminder for the cheer. So yes, thank you for reminding me.
Yes.
I don't know why y'all want to hear it, but here it is.
Yeah!
And of course, that's thanks to Jan for his super chat. Yeah, it definitely looks like a grumpy fish. And, one thing, that fish definitely doesn't look delicious.
No, and grouper are delicious.
Are they? I'm not sure I've ever had grouper, but
yeah.
I wonder if that's one of the fish that's high in mercury.
If mercury tastes good.
Does it?
I doubt it. Should taste like metal, right?
I guess.
All right, let's see. Remember
the thermometers that had actual mercury in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the good kind, right?
Well,
I don't like the thermometers that you
kind of like the cigarettes,
the laser thermometers. right.
The good kinds.
Those laser thermometers, they give me a different reading every time.
Yeah, well, they make digital thermometers that you put in your mouth, just like the old ones, but not the ones that were mercury laced, because that can kill you, right? I mean,
yes. Oh yeah.
There's enough mercury in there that if that busted open, that you would have some problems.
Well, and they're glass, so you'd think that would have happened at some point.
I'm sure there are kids that have probably bit down on it or whatever. Anyway.
All right, let's do a little measurement I need to measure the height, compare it to the width, and then see if I get something similar in the reference. So I'll take a moment to do that. I think it's similar. Yep. Let's do that again. Yep, similar. All right, so we're going to keep going without too many changes right now. And since we are working in pastel, changes aren't too tough. Also, let's see, the space under our fish, about 1.5 times, or the top negative space is 1.5 times larger than below. Of course, I'm not counting the fins right now. It's pretty close. Pretty close. So he's generally landed in the right place. I feel like this angle is a little bit off. Something a little more like that. Oh gosh. Couldn't find an eraser. So just found one of Matt's pink ones. I'm not going to put it in my pencil box. I'll put it back where I found it. And we'll go ahead and let's see. I'm not sure about this here.
Ashley is paranoid that all of you thought
Then I'm a
that he
thief.
stole the eraser.
Right. A thief. I think this is going to actually, it might move back more that way. It's hard to believe.
All right, I'm thinking this is Buddy that's saying this, but if it is actually a Karina 66, maybe. And the comment is, Ashley, at this stage, the fish could be a smashed potato or anything. It's very teaching to
It could be
consider
a smashed
foreshortening.
potato in 40 minutes and 49 seconds as well. Let's get some fins around it. You know, we'll probably put some, we might lose the fins for a while because they are transparent or translucent. So we may work in their background and then rediscover them. Let's go ahead and find about where they are. That might help me. You know, this dorsal fin's front edge, it kind of cuts down right by the side of the eye that we can see. So this could help me possibly get the eye placed. Now, I'm going slow because I am doing some measuring. Do that again.
So what Ashley's doing is he's holding his pencil up on his reference, which is on an iPad, and taking a measurement with his finger and the pencil.
Right, like this, the tip of the pencil and my finger in front of the iPad. And then I'm remeasuring the same spaces in my drawing. Now, they're not the same size because my reference is larger. But so I have to remeasure both times. I can't measure here and then take that same measurement over to my iPad. I have to measure here, then let go, and then remeasure the same part and compare it, you know, to another part. That's what proportion is. One part compared to another part. You can also capture angles, and that is more of a direct translation from one side to the other.
But I should point out that you can do that directly. You can measure directly depending on the distance you are from your reference or your actual subject, and also the size of the paper that you're working on.
Yeah, I guess you could, but I never do.
Because you would get this, you know, the same proportion.
If I started with the measurement at the reference, but sometimes I just start drawing.
Yeah, you got to keep it consistent.
Right,
Yeah.
and so it wouldn't work for that reason.
All right. We
now,
have some developments on what type of fish this is here.
All right.
Patricia says, I Googled the picture and their AI says the image shows a peacock bass, a freshwater fish species native to the Amazon and Orinoco basins in
It's
South
not like
America.
any bass I had ever caught.
Yeah.
But
Delicious bass.
Never been to the Amazon, so I guess that would be why.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting. Thank you for that, Patricia. Now we know it's a bass. Very unhappy bass.
Huh.
Looks like he's complaining about something.
He's upset because his eyes were too bulgy, too big.
Sandra's asking, why does the artwork have to be precise? Why not do something more impressionistic? It doesn't have to be precise.
No.
It can be definitely more impressionistic. You can abstract it. There's all the different ways that you can interpret the subject. But in this particular drawing, I think Ashley, and you know, he's using a purple pencil right now. That's a deviation.
Oh, yeah. True.
But I think Ashley's drawing this in more of a representational style. But yeah, you could definitely do something more impressionistic or looser, or use different media. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. So yeah, you could do that for sure. I just don't think that's the approach Ashley's
I started
taking.
out with really straight lines. I could have stayed there. You know, I could have kept them very angular. That would have been a stylization that is borderline abstract, because it would be a difference or a change.
Okay.
So I think that representational art often does go through abstract stages to get there. Okay. Pretty good. with shapes I have. So I think we'll start to switch to some other colors, and hopefully the purple will just kind of disappear in there.
Charles says that groupers are actually a subspecies of delicious bass.
I didn't draw this fin because we can see the body through it. So I wanted to get those stripes on there first.
Now we're coming in with a color that's a little bit more accurate to the
It's
subject.
kind of a warm gray.
That's a pretty good base color for the most of the.
It's a little warm. I think I have a. I'm not sure if this one's cooler. I think it is. Lift a little bit of that. Paper doesn't want to give it up.
I can go right over the top of it.
Just
Use your mind.
top. And I do plan to, speaking of, do something. What was the phrase? Different, or I'm going to put more blue in here, more prominent blue along the top. So I'm going to try to add a little extra color in here. And we'll just get some pastel down. This is way too light, but then we'll mix into it. Try to find our value arrangement back here in the back end of our fish. And a little bit more. A little bit of blue. And of course, it's pretty dark down here. Some black in there.
Starting to look like a fish and less like mashed potatoes.
Yes. Yeah.
So I just want to point out that you haven't done any blending yet. I think a lot of people who are new to pastels, they really feel that urge to blend, especially early on.
Smear it around.
Right. Sometimes that's necessary, but a lot of times it's better to just layer the pastels and let them mix on the surface.
Like you blend with a pencil tip sometimes. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me get over here. It's going to help me judge. Get this slightly wider stripe started. Yeah.
Yeah, I like those stripes. I think you're going to have no problem at all completing this in 45 minutes, actually. Are you going to put a background in there, or?
I plan to.
Okay.
I mean, this picture.
Well,
the original,
I retract my last statement then.
We'll see. We'll see. Doesn't. I mean, you could work with a partial background. The paper's already pretty dark.
I wonder if this fish has any friends. If he just swims around like that all day.
You know,
just
fish,
leave him alone.
Some fish are pretty social.
You know what it is? It's the brow line. It's the brow line and the turned down mouth.
Yeah.
If the brow line was a little bit higher, a little bit more of a surprised kind of arrangement of values, then I think he would look a lot friendlier. But yeah, he just does not look like a happy guy.
You ever watch SpongeBob? What's that show?
I used to.
I like how the fish look in there. They all kind of look like they're looking upward.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
they're walking around.
Right, because they don't have necks. So
Yeah.
if the fish were to walk around like that, have to kind of crane their eyes downward.
Buddy says, do fish have friends at all? Sure they do. If I was a fish, I would have friends.
Yeah,
Must
they
try to
swim,
have-
they mostly swim in schools, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that seems
That's a whole bunch of friends.
communicates to me that they're pretty social.
Yeah, buddy, I don't think Ashley's gonna change the brow line. I'm just saying if you wanted to change the expression of the fish and make him look a little bit more friendlier, the key to doing that would be in the brow line. It's that dark shape underneath the brow line, right out to the right side of the eye.
That's where it's where we read people's expressions a lot of times, I guess. In their eyebrows and in dogs, that's how they're so expressive. They move their eyebrows around. So I'm sure this fish is in a good mood. I'm sure he's happy, and it's just us imposing, our own ideas on his mood. He's probably not grumpy at all.
A Lone World, and I feel like I know that person's real name. Anyway, says fish are friends, not food, from Finding Nemo. That's right. Fish are friends, not food. Which shark was that? Bruce. Was it Bruce?
Gosh, I don't know.
Oh, I think it was Bruce. Remember, there was the great white shark.
Right, that's right.
And then there was like a couple other sharks that were friends with him. It's like, and they had a meeting. Remember, they had
to talk about it.
They were like in rehab for eating fish. Fish are friends. Mary Elizabeth, that's right. Yeah. Thank you for that. Edie says fish are dumb, at least aquarium fish are. They'll take in and spit out a string of fish poop over and over again, thinking it's a worm.
Totally
they have no
true.
memory.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, sometimes it'd be nice to not have a memory.
They're like, this poop looks good. Oh, it's bad. Let me try it again.
Yeah.
Always willing to give it a chance. All right, so I know there's a lot of green in the bottom. I'm just going to go ahead and put some dull green in there. Then we'll mix into it.
Samuel confirms. It was Bruce. Bruce. Yeah, I love that Finding Nemo movie. I remember when it first came out, just being amazed at the animation.
It is a good movie.
That was, especially with the physics of the water, and the dentist scene offices in that movie.
Yeah, that was so good.
Just really good animation. Shark bait. Ooh-ha. Oh, Jan says there was an old Mythbusters episode showing that goldfish actually have a pretty good memory, huh?
Of all fish, goldfish, they remember what time you're supposed to feed them.
But he says this drawing is a great example for how it's light that makes us see the world. And isn't that so true on so many different levels?
Yeah.
The light in such a dark
light,
world.
Right? We're all blind. So, I suppose.
And Janine says sometimes fish spit out food because it's too hard. They try it again to see if it's soft enough for them. Interesting. So maybe the poop was too hard the first time. And as it floats around in the water, maybe it becomes soft enough to
so they're not
to eat.
really against the poop.
They're not,
Just
apparently
the texture
not.
of the poop.
Yeah. Apparently, you can't let a good string of poop go to waste. I mean, it's just floating right there in front of you. It's got to have some nutrients left in it.
That's probably true. If you're in a bind, give it a shot. All right. So, just looking at shapes. I'm looking at a few of the slightly darker shapes. Putting a light layer of black down. those areas, and then we'll hit it with our grays again.
All right. Patricia says, just wanted to add Ash's right, not a bass. Didn't notice Google footnote. They are part of the cichlid. Cichlid. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
You know that word?
I recognize it as a cichlid because I used to keep cichlids as a boy. Right? I know. This is my hobby.
What do you do?
I had a whole tank full of cichlids.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I had a Jack Dempsey, an Oscar. I had an African jewelfish.
Oh, interesting.
I was into it. I kept another tank of little like minnows to feed them.
Oh, wow. It sounds like a whole operation.
It was a hobby for a little while, but they're aggressive and they bite each other.
Oh,
if they're
well,
not
that could be
similar
entertaining
in size,
yeah.
right? And so, we had some accidents in the tank. So I had to isolate some of the little ones.
Accidents that went beyond eating each other's poop.
Like eating each other's tails off.
Oh, yeah. That's taking it a little step further.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Jenny says, my daughter used to have a betta fish that definitely recognized her. It would swim over to the side of the tank in response to her voice, but would swim away from anyone else's. Interesting. So there's a friend. There's a fish having a friend. Yeah, Jen says, of course you did, Ashley. Yeah, that's my response too. Anything that's like on the outer edges of like things that you would expect.
I know. I told you.
Ashley's been there.
I told you I'm into sumo wrestling right now. It's what I watch on YouTube.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. There's a big 15-day tournament coming up here in November. I know.
Sumo wrestling?
It's great.
Each match is like 30 seconds long.
I know, but that's why they have a 15-day tournament. They got to stretch something out since the matches are so short. Right, so they have the sumo tournaments are 15 days long on odd-numbered months. So
and you're watching it.
the last one was in September, and finally it's November again.
It's sumo wrestling season, everybody.
That's right.
On ESPN the Ocho.
Yeah.
No, that's probably on ESPN the 16 or something.
Yeah, I looked on
where do you
on
watch
ESPN Plus, and you have to watch it on YouTube, or I do because I don't get it on ESPN Plus.
I tell you what, I'm upset right now because I don't have ESPN because we have YouTube TV, and ESPN and Disney are at odds with YouTube TV, so there's no ESPN. Yet somehow I feel like I'm paying for Hulu and Disney Plus, but yet don't have ESPN on the app. I'm sure I'm getting ripped off somehow because that's usually the way my life goes, is just getting ripped off over and over again. But, I'm not missing the sumo wrestling. That's for sure.
No, you can catch that.
No, I don't want to catch that.
Oh, I thought you meant
no, I don't.
You
don't,
at least won't.
I have no
sumo.
interest in watching sumo wrestling. I would watch a match or two.
It is most of them are the same. Two big dudes just shoving each other.
But some are.
Every once in a while, like there's a Ukrainian sumo wrestler right now.
Yeah.
Who is fantastic, and he does some like finesse moves, not just shoving out of the circle.
I figure if you get one of the big guys moving quickly and get out of their way and just give them a little shove, you might knock them out of the circle.
Yeah,
right?
that's I guess that's one of the strategies, right? Is use momentum. You're trying to use momentum against each other a little bit.
Charles says the sketch isn't even half done, and I already love it.
Oh,
and Mary Elizabeth says, wow, that white really makes a difference.
Yeah, getting some pieces of it in there. It's going to get blended down and blended.
Yeah, you're starting to see the form of the fish a little bit.
We can start to pull some of these together now.
I tell you that
different colors.
That yellow eye is going to make a big difference.
Yeah. We're saving that.
Buddy asked, how does TV work in the U.S.? In Germany, you have to do some public broadcasting and many private ones. Well, in the U.S., we have these remote controls that have power buttons. You just push that power button, the TV works most of the time. I'm just kidding. We have there's so many options of what you can watch on your TV.
And a lot of us use almost exclusively streaming services now.
Well, there's over-the-air broadcasting, which are your local networks. There's the National Broadcasting Company. There's the American Broadcasting Company. There's Fox. And then there's CBS. What does CBS stand for?
Central Broadcasting Station.
Is it really?
I think so.
And those are over-the-air networks that are free for everyone. And then you can have cable, which has a bunch of premium channels on it, and you pay a subscription for that. And then we have YouTube TV,
less popular.
which you can watch. YouTube TV similar to cable, but everything's over the internet. But it's the same kind of deal. You have packages and different channels that are included with those packages. And then now all of these channels have their own apps too. And then they have all of these subscription services included, not included, you have to pay for. So it's pretty ridiculous. It really, really is.
It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
And I bounce from streaming service to streaming service. That's kind of how I do. I'll exhaust the shows that I like on one. And, you can cancel at any time. So I do. And pick another one for a while and kind of bounce back and forth.
CBS is Columbia Broadcasting Channel.
Is it?
That's what folks are saying here.
Columbia.
And I'm going to read this from...
Surprising.
Pierre Lokaba. Pierre Lokaba. Okay, fire emoji. Bro, that fish is coming to life. The detail, the flow, the confidence in every stroke.
Thank you.
You're not just drawing, you're creating something real.
Whoa.
Keep that energy up. Man, every line you add makes. And that was the end of it. Oh, it swim harder off the page. Fish emoji, fire emoji again. You got pure talent. Don't stop till that masterpiece shines.
I will not stop for 19 minutes.
What a comment.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
That is. Thank you so much.
Jan says, including the most important, the off button. Yeah, the off button's good too. Yeah.
Good one.
Yep, it's Columbia Broadcast Service. Interesting.
I guess I just made it up in my head what I thought it was.
Well, it sounds like Central. It sounds like that would be logical, doesn't it?
And take this light a little higher. And just covering up a little bit more of the blue of the paper as we smudge some. Of course, that was black and it doesn't need to be, so we'll gray that part out a little bit. Okay.
See,
nostril maybe, or an indention here.
Buddy says, OMG, you need a whole new life to watch all the channels. The problem, if you had to watch everything. But
true.
The problem is certain channels will have like one show that you want to watch on it. Or they'll have I watch a lot of sports. So not having ESPN right now is really bothering me and really making me mad. That's no Monday Night Football. I mean, come on. And so you got to have ESPN for that kind of stuff if you watch sports. And you got to have other channels if you watch certain shows. Really, I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. But then you've got certain series on Hulu. Like I like Only Murders in the Building. So in order to watch that, you got to have Hulu. So that's the way they get you. They have like a few shows that are very popular and then a bunch of junk.
Now with Amazon, they seem to be moving towards the direction where all the other services you like, you can also get them through Amazon.
Right. And we have a couple of services through Amazon.
Yeah, me too. I mean, sometimes I have MGM through Amazon, and so also BritBox. Right now, we're watching, we don't watch a ton of TV. A lot of times my family and I get together in the evening to watch a show. And we've been watching shows on Apple TV, some of their originals.
Yeah, we have Apple TV too. I can't remember the last time I turned on Apple TV, but we pay for it because we got to have it for some stupid reason.
Just in case.
Let's see. Melody is asking, Ashley, are you going to add a background? I think that's his plan right now.
I plan to put some marks in the background.
And Buddy says, I never watch sports, but my husband loves American football over the internet and never misses the NFL. Buddy, I got to ask you, what team is your husband's favorite football team? I have to know that. Because for those of you who don't know, Buddy is in Germany. So I wonder what someone in Germany's favorite team is.
Well,
don't say the
probably
Cowboys.
Not everybody's got the same favorite team in Germany.
Oh, yeah. Everybody in Germany has the same team, same favorite
It's
team.
what everybody's husband
Well, I'm just
likes.
wondering because they do play NFL games in Germany during the season.
Yeah, and then don't they play one in London or
Well, they move
a
around.
couple of them?
Yeah. They've played in Mexico. They've played in the UK. They've played in Germany. They may have played in Brazil too.
Yeah, the NFL is trying to go international. They've been doing that for a number of years, haven't they?
What's that?
Trying to develop a broader international audience and kind of a
Well, I think they do have a broad international audience, but I think they're trying to bring the live games to them more frequently. Onslow from the UK show Keeping Up Appearances had a Green Bay Packers hat. Okay. Well, I bet he was sad Sunday when the Panthers beat them. In Lambeau. Love that blue on there.
Yeah.
That is really popping.
And you've been a Panthers fan since the beginning, right?
Since 1995 when we got the team. Yep.
Because for so long, our state didn't have a NFL team.
Yes, I have season tickets to demonstrate the level of my
obsession. Fandom, I like that. And I went to watch a game with you down there last year, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, Buddy says Patriots? ? Okay.
Patriots are pretty popular.
Melody
here.
says go Seahawks. You know, the Seahawks are on fire this year, thanks to Sam Darnold, a former Carolina Panthers quarterback, and also Baker Mayfield, who plays for the Bucs, a former Carolina Panthers quarterback. The Panthers had Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold on the team at the same time. And both of those quarterbacks are absolutely killing it this year. Let's see. Charles says, you guys watch any hockey? Not unless I'm forced to.
I'll watch a hockey game if I catch one sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't never played hockey. I have some students that do, which is odd because we live in a hot climate where there's never any ice or snow. So And I didn't really watch a whole lot of hockey until they got that tracer on the puck, and now I can keep up with it.
Before the tracer, it was impossible to watch.
Right. Boy, did that change hockey.
Especially before the days of high definition.
Yeah.
That's
been pretty helpful.
I will watch hockey when the Hurricanes are like in the playoffs or whatever. That's the North Carolina team.
Right. That's when we come alive. So all of a sudden, we're paying attention.
Now, Melody, I will tell you that in a few weeks, the Panthers will be playing the Seahawks. And I am hoping the Seahawks lose that game. I'm sorry to tell you that. But, okay. Buddy says, Matt, greetings from my husband. Hello, Buddy's husband. I hope you're doing well. And the teams he likes are the 49ers. Okay. Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy. I like it. Yeah. Patriots, sideways thumbs up. Tampa Bay, boo. Boo, boo. Boo. So those three, I think the 49ers are okay. I like some of the guys on the 49ers. I judge my NFL teams by the character of the players they have on their team. So I do like Baker Mayfield.
I think that's unusual.
I guess so, yeah. And
they play really well, but they're like beat their wives.
Then I'm not a fan.
I hate to bring that up.
Yeah.
But that happens. You hear about stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, that would ruin it for me too. How can you root for, that? And there are some NFL players that, aren't like that at all.
No, there's some really good guys
in the league.
Really good guys. Brock Purdy.
Do a lot of great things around the world.
Brock Purdy for the 49ers is one of them. And I think a lot of Christian McCaffrey, too, former Panther. The Patriots, when they had Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, boy, I really hated the Patriots then. But Patriots are a different team completely now, so that's okay. But Tampa Bay, since they're Panthers division rivals, not a fan. But I do, of the other teams in the league, in the division that the Panthers are in, Tampa Bay's the most okay one. Can't stand the Falcons. Can't stand the Saints.
Don't like the Saints.
Oh, Melody says she's not even worried about the Panthers because she has faith in them that they will beat the Seahawks. That's not what she said. But
Are you changing people's comments over there?
Okay, I'm going to read the comment. Not even worried about it. I have faith in them. Okay, so I'm taking that. Not even worried about the Panthers losing to the Seahawks. I have faith in them.
That's probably what she meant.
Love the subtle blues in the background and the way you've changed the background too to make it a little bit more interesting and a little bit more contrasting than what's in the reference. The reference, fish in the reference.
And I adjusted the background a little bit because it was pretty messy.
Now, are you waiting to add that eye at the very last minute?
Yeah, and I've got to add a fin here.
Oh, okay.
So there's a few things like that.
Yeah, the fish is judging everybody, Patrick. Patrick says the fish is amazing, but he's judging me.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that fish goes around judging everybody. It even looks like he's making kind of
is he disgusted?
A hurtful comment. Looks like he's mid-sentence.
If the fish had a favorite NFL team, who would it be?
That looks like a New York Jets fan right there. Just kidding. One of my good friends is a New York Jets fan, but the green, the brash attitude, that kind of goes along with New Yorkers. But your drawing, Ashley, is definitely taking advantage of the Seahawks color scheme, which The Seahawks
That's
have
true.
one of the coolest
It would be a Seahawks
uniform
after all.
combinations of colors. Those
They do. They have fantastic uniforms.
those analogous colors.
And the just the sort of that native type design to the Seahawk kind of reminds me of, like, I guess it's like Tlingit artwork. I love it. So I don't know who's responsible for that.
Well, the Seahawks have some pretty cool color combinations there
Yeah.
with that yellow green and the blue green and the blue. Lord Engine says that fish needs a cigar and a bowler hat. Yeah. Either it's putting people down as it swims around or other fish down, or it's telling crass, inappropriate jokes. One or the other. Mary Elizabeth says that the fish would like the Miami Dolphins.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Lives in the same environment.
He at least knows what dolphins probably are. So
maybe, but if this is a freshwater fish, it doesn't.
oh, that's right.
Unless it's the freshwater dolphins that live in the Amazon. I think there are some freshwater dolphins. I think it's the Amazon.
Now, sharks will swim into freshwater sometimes, right?
Sharks, yes.
Brackish
Some sharks
water
will,
anyway.
yes.
Fresh-ish water.
Yes, the fish does appear to have a Nike swoosh under its mouth there, Catherine. I'm not sure if that's Catherine or Katharina. Sure.
Whoops. Jumping out of my hand here. Still got 4 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put some yellow marks in the eye.
Yeah, there's that Oh yeah, what a huge difference that makes.
And well,
You know, this is the second animal this season with pastels. I just thought of.
we're developing a theme? Not really.
No, I'm actually sitting here thinking about what I'm going to do next week. I have no ideas. Not yet, anyway.
I didn't have any idea this time last week what I was going to do. We are missing a fin. Let's look at my pencil choices here. I think this is the one I mean to have. It says it's a yellow, it's ink yellow, but it feels a little more green to me.
Here comes the fin, which is going to make a big difference too here.
Yeah, the fin's a major player.
Okay, Margaret has told us that the Seahawks colors, the royal blue stands for the Puget Sound, forest green for, forest, and silver for the mountains. Interesting. What is the yellow green for, though? Nancy says, I just got a new set of gouache paints. How about that sometime soon? We actually just finished a series on painting with gouache for members. They do gouache here on Gettin Sketchy, but gouache does require a little bit more time than 45 minutes.
Sometimes we use gouache in conjunction with another medium as sort of a secondary medium.
Yeah, gouache is great for highlights,
secondary player,
things like that.
I've done that before here.
But in the time frame that we have for 45 minutes, it might be a little bit difficult to complete a gouache painting in that period of time. But Ashley and I both really do love gouache. But if you go over to the virtualinstructor.com, you'll find a bunch of lessons on gouache.
That's one of both of our favorite paint mediums.
Just look under watercolor lessons.
Lots of respect for gouache.
Charles says, are you almost finished? Very good, Charles. I like that. And Margaret says that the logo was inspired by Native American art.
Yeah. I remember looking at Tlingit artwork when I was in college. I thought it was so cool, and it's very abstract.
Steve says,
almost hidden.
Oh, I'm sorry. Steve says a fish called Wanda. If this fish is named Wanda, I could see that. I guess I could see that.
That was a movie, right? Fish called Wanda.
It was a movie. I don't think I ever saw it, though. Steve says, I feel like these 45-minute sketches are sometimes better than completed artworks. Oh, well, thank you for that, Steve.
Well, they do sometimes have a unexpected freshness to them because we just got to keep moving, and so they are learning opportunities sometimes for a lot of us just to keep going. I mean, myself, included.
Freshness is a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Time's up, isn't it? Not noticed. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Nancy says she's a member and she'll be checking it. Very good. If you haven't seen the recent series on the horse race with gouache, that's a really good series.
Yeah.
Ashley did a great job.
I've enjoyed looking at that painting since its completion, too. It's not in a drawer yet.
Jan says, such a beautiful drawing / painting. Even the fish would grudgingly approve. That's very true. And T. Mark says, wow, that looks awesome. Does look really good.
Well, thank you. Thank you all. And I do like the blue in there. I was excited to try to pump up the colors a little bit. And he's pretty gray, and I've stuck with black and white subjects up until now, and this one is pretty black and white too. So I thought I'm going to try to interject a little bit of color in here and try to get just a little bit more colorful every week throughout the season.
Angela says, I really like your choice to use the blue in your artwork.
Yeah, and the paper's blue too, so it's just trying to pull a little bit more blue in all the way through, maybe. The artwork or the reference is so green, so much green, which is pretty typical of underwater scenes anyway, but the blue's nice.
Enrique says, beautiful drawing, Ashley. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the encouraging words. I can't quit touching it.
Charles says it's going swimmingly, Ashley. We're loving the puns. You guys are pretty punny.
Creative creative audience here. I'm sure their art's creative, but so are their comments.
Nancy says he's wonderful, looks so realistic. Keith says nice subdued colors. Lord Engine says worth it for the sad fish expression and the good color theory. Great job.
Thank you so much. Bits of broken color up there.
Catherine says
All right.
looks like a Neanderthal fish.
He's got a heck of a brow bone, doesn't he? So
He's grunting around.
looking for friends.
Charles says I love this fish sketch.
All right, I guess that's that for our grumpy fish.
Right, well, we got to take the tape off.
Oh yes, tail of the tape. Tail of the tape. All right, let's do that.
Those clean
Yeah, of course.
edges.
Yeah, here we go.
exposed.
I'll just try to keep the edges clean as I can. Guess we could zoom out a little bit. Wait a minute.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Ashley is messing
Man,
around with the new camera.
What have I done?
And has done damage.
I'm not changing the focus. I'm sorry. I was able to zoom in earlier.
Yeah, you just grabbed
Okay.
the wrong ring.
Okay.
Grab the wrong ring.
I'm just going to leave it alone. So we have a manual focus now instead of a remote focus. And I need to practice. Now, this paper is pretty dark. So I'm not sure how much pulling the tape off is going to matter. Now you can see the edges a little bit. Yeah.
Bear in the Garden says, officially my favorite animal pastel by Ashley.
All right.
Maybe
Thank
you should
you.
change your. This is Keith says maybe you should change the name to Gettin Fishy. That might seem to send the wrong message to viewers.
They'll think we're lying. Oh, lost a little bit of paper there. My hands are just so dirty right now that I'm trying to hold it down with a knuckle. There we go. All right.
There we go. See those clean
Edge
edges.
it up there a little bit. There we go. Now we can see the edges. I did put some black and blue all the way around the edges, so the paper frame does show up just a bit. All right, very good. Well, thank you guys for following along and for your comments and questions all along the way.
All right, very good.
Guess Matt will be doing our. Matt, I wore white sweatpants tonight, and that was definitely a mistake.
I think I wore white sweatpants last week.
White sweatpants with the tilted surface, all that dust has
Yeah.
migrated into my lap. So
It won't be too bad for
It
you.
won't.
Trust me.
pastel doesn't ruin your clothes. That's nice.
Charles says, whoa, really nice experience. Jan says, great drawing. One of my favorites here.
All right,
Very
great.
good.
Thank you so much.
Pierre Loca Baba. No, that's not right. Pierre Locaba says, looks delicious. Great job. And Buddy says, personality. Ashley, this fish is unique.
He's got style, personality. What's that song? Is that Frank Sinatra song? I don't know.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Very
That's it.
good.
I'm not touching it anymore.
All right. Let's switch on
Switch
out.
over.
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the last hour here with us. Thanks for sticking all the way to the end to see how this fish turned out. I certainly enjoyed watching Ashley develop the fish before my eyes, and I hope you did too. Make sure you like this video and subscribe too. And if you're watching the recorded version of this, leave a comment below and tell us what you think about it as well. Ashley, got anything else for the folks?
You guys have a great week and have a great art making week working on your own projects. And I'll be glad to man the chat next week and take your questions while Matt is in the hot seat. So tune in for that.
I will be in the hot seat next week. And I still want to use charcoal this season. So I'm not sure if I'll be doing that this week or I mean, this coming week or weeks to follow, but that's on the plate. Maybe colored pencils. And I really enjoyed doing the line and wash last week, but I don't want to do the same medium over and over again. So we'll see. I haven't decided on the subject, obviously, since I was thinking about it earlier. Maybe charcoal, maybe something else. We'll see. But I will have that reference photo posted next Wednesday in the morning. So if you are a subscriber to the channel, you should get notified when I post that. So make sure you're subscribed. All right, we're going to wrap things up here for Getting Sketchy so we can get ready for the live class to follow, which is also in Pastels. And I'm working on that dog that you might have saw behind Ashley. Or might have seen behind Ashley.
Yeah. If you haven't been there, now would be a good time to jump in.
There's that dog back there. He looks a little blurry and formless, though, in the camera from here.
It looks great in focus, I promise.
All right, guys, we will see you next week. And with that, we're going to sign out for this evening. Good night, everybody.